Well, it's the beginning of October 2019. I know it's going to rain today, so I'm working at a wetland, and I have to work quick because just over the horizon there are showers coming in. So I'm working in pastel today. It's a medium that's quite new to me, but I really like the sort of randomness you can get from working in pastels. So right now I'm just sort of thinking about putting in the shape, just the first few lines. As you can see here, I'm working quite fast. I like the fact that you can, almost mix these pastels on the paper. And at times, because of the clouds, the light will hit different areas of the landscape out there, which will light up some and darken the others, so you have a really nice contrast. It's important to sort of get the areas that you need in place first, so that you've established sort of the very most important areas. If you look here, you can see I've really concentrated on getting the light on the water, and once I have that in, I can sort of relax a little bit and progress. It's just a very beautiful bog that I'm at here, and it took me well over an hour to find this spot, walking up and down, and eventually, after a lot of time in the woods, it's quite long actually, it's almost 1 kilometer long, so I've sort of explored every nook and cranny of this thing. There's some very nice greys out there, which I like too. That's what I like about Octobers, is the grey against of course the bright colours of fall. What I also like about these pastels is it's the way I work, it's kind of hard to get a good hard edge, which I like because it really helps with sort of the randomness of the way I'm working. And when I get back to the studio, I will fix this with an archival spray, which will sort of solidify all the loose areas of this chalk. Like, you can kind of see it. It gets quite dusty. One of the things I think you have to really be careful of is the values, when you're working. If you get the values right, it doesn't really matter what sort of colors you use, you're going to end up with, you know, something that sort of resembles what you're working towards. You know, and it's important too not to get too caught up in, you know, what these sketches look like. You know, especially if you're looking for something that's sort of expresses how you feel about these places, rather than, you know, trying to create something exact. And if you use this as a sketch for a larger painting, you can really see almost the abstract abstractness in the pastels when you're working with them this way. I'm just going to darken down these treetops just a little bit. Things look quite silhouetted at this time of year. Against the sky. So now what we have, I've got some nice red here, and I go right up. You can see that red really taking hold. You can see my fingers have scuffed that up a little bit too much. That's about really all I'm looking for. Sort of just a reference point, really. To work from in the studio. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Looks okay. Nothing too clever, but interesting just to sit here and just watch the light move, and just kind of be a part of nature for a little while. And there you go. Pastel on watercolor paper.